Hello guys, editing Hailey here and new mum Hailey. This is really old content, so I actually filmed this back before I even found out I was going to have this little one early, and the content just got shelved because I didn't have time to deal with it. So this Project Pan update is from the end of July. Yes, end of July. And I also have an eyeshadow project update, I believe. So I'm just trying to catch up, and eventually I'll be back with more current content. I don't know when, but eventually. Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. It is time for a Project Pan update. So we're doing Q3 update 1. I do have some empties, which is great. They're all like very easy to use empties. Miss Waya, hello. Hello. So finally I did it. I just finished it up. Sephora Rolling in the Grass Shower Balm. Nourishing Shower Balm. So there was nothing in it. I've had this in my Project Pan before. I know some of you have watched my project panning for years and years, and you know what's going on with this product. The scent of this is, I just love it. Like, it's just, oh, it really does have like a bit of a fresh cut grass scent. Like, it's not exact. I mean, it's synthetic. But also it's a foaming cleanser, but not like a crazy foaming cleanser. Doesn't dry your skin out. Anyway, they've been discontinued from Sephora, which I think is a shame, because it's one of my faves, and if I could get it again I would, and I wouldn't have like held on to it for dear life, but I did, and I finally just let it go. It's time to let it go. I also finished up a mini, the Lancome by Facil. So I think there was about half a bottle left. I can see a little mark here. I just don't like this. Look, I think it's a really good makeup remover. Like, it breaks down makeup really well. My issue is like the sensory feelings of it. I just cannot get past another sensory thing that I can't stand. Why does it feel like there is a hair on my face? Get off. I just can't stand the like intensely greasy feeling that this leaves on the skin, and I find it quite difficult to wash it off. And if I'm like, I've got it on a cotton pad and I'm trying to get makeup like out of my hairline, then I have to like face wash my hairline. I basically need to shower if I'm using this product, and I just don't like it. I prefer an oil that emulsifies, or a balm that emulsifies. That's kind of my true jam. Okay, a couple of eye masks. Man, my under eyes, they are so incredibly bad at the moment. The fine lines are no longer fine. They are obnoxiously intense. So I feel like wearing eye masks twice a day is kind of like an essential at the moment. I don't really have that many eye masks in my life, but you know, I'm trying to get on the best I can. I need retinol. I need retinol back in my life so bad, but we persevere. So Garnier, I use the Hydro Bomb eye tissue masks, and I use the Star Skin Smoothing Biocellulose Second Skin eye masks. These are incredibly thin. Like, when they say second skin eye masks, like, yeah, they're so incredibly thin that if you like accidentally sort of fold them over on each other, or like get them messed up, or you just if anything goes wrong with application and they don't go on perfectly smooth, you're gonna have a time trying to sort that out. I wouldn't buy these again because I don't see the point. Why does it need to be a second skin mask? You can still see them. They're just incredibly thin. It's not like you're wearing them under makeup. I don't get it. It's a no. That's a no from me. Not interested. These Hydro Bomb ones, they were fine. I don't think they were anything special though. I didn't see any like immediate improvements with these, so I'm not like, wow, they're amazing. And I don't know how much they cost. I'm sure you could get them quite cheap on sale. I'm actually going to have a look. So it looks like these are $5 at Chemist Warehouse, and then like if they had a skincare sale you could probably get them for like $2. I guess that's okay, but they're single use. I don't know. I don't hate them. And then I have the Tarte Pack Your Bags eye masks. These, they were dry. They were dry when I pulled them out. So there's that. Maybe this packaging not so great for storing hydrogel eye masks. Let's go over progress of other products. I'm starting with makeup. This one is the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. I still don't know how I feel about this. I think that really this on the body where it's gonna like look the best. On the face, I don't know, it just gets lost. It's another layer. As a highlighter, it's pretty bland. There's not much going on. As a primer, if you put anything that's like medium coverage or more over it, like you can't see it. And then if you're putting something sheer on, it's probably dewy anyway, so you might not need this. I like it as a body glow type product. I'm just going to put a bit more on and then I'll show you my hands side by side. I think if this is ever going to get used from me, like realistically, so you can't, can you even tell which hand it's on? Barely. It's this one. I just, like, the glow is incredibly subtle. I think it's really pretty, like it's super refined, but I don't know that it's really like doing a whole lot. You know what I mean? So I think for me, this one's going to come out in summer. I'm just going to keep it in the project for now. I'm not marking it because it's quite thick and it doesn't, I've had this sitting out for like 4 days now to see if it would level. It's not, it's like higher on one side. So I'm not going to bother marking it. I've already weighed it, so we'll weigh it at the end of the quarter. It'll have barely any use. Let's talk about my foundations. So I have the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation in 098, and I have the Chanel Vita Lumiere Radiant Moisture Rich Fluid. So you'll know I'm mixing these together to sort of make them work because I don't like the formula or the color of either. When I put them together, the color is better. I'm still not in love with the formula, guys. My skin is just doesn't respond too well to it. So I do have some usage, which is good to see. You can see here, it's like the same amount on each because I basically use like a 50-50 mix of the products. What I'm finding is that my lines, like the lines on my face, just cannot cope with this. These both have silicone in them and I have said it a million times and like I have to stand by it. Even though the Maybelline Lumi Matte has like some setting agents in it, which is great, and it does sort of lock it in, it does not stop it from like the silicone formula merging into my smile lines and adding 10 years to my visual appearance. It's also incredibly bad creasing around my eyes, and you know, I'm going in with like a sponge or a brush to apply it, and then I'm going in with my Fenty concealer in that area, typically with the same brush or sponge to like, you know, prevent myself from making more work for me and needing to clean more tools. And just that little bit of silicone coming from these guys. And look, there might even be some silicone in the Fenty. I'm not sure. The ingredients obviously aren't on this tiny little tube. I'd have to look it up. But it's just like, it's not good. It looks like shit. It looks horrendous. So I don't love these. In fact, today I didn't even want to put it on. I've gone to my Lisa Eldridge. I do have a video that I really want to do. I don't know when I'm going to be, I don't know, maybe I just start working on it and see how I go. And if we have delays, we have delays. But I do think these foundations would come in handy for that video. So for now, I am going to keep them in the project to see if I get any more use out of it. But like, I've bought some K-Beauty, like a BB cream. I think they're both BB creams technically. One's a cushion foundation and a BB cream. I want to try them out. Look, life's too short to fucking wear ugly foundation. I'm not even going to lie. And I've pushed through with so many foundations that I don't like over recent years. And I'm just at a point where I'm like, I just don't want to anymore. Like, if you don't compliment or at least not make my situation worse, I don't want anything to do with it. I mean, you can even see with the Lisa Eldridge, and I'm not really gonna blame the Lisa Eldridge on this. I'm gonna blame more the powder that I'm wearing, but we'll get to that in a sec. Yeah, it's just like, I don't want to see that on myself. I won't declutter those foundations just for now, but just know that they are on the sideline. I'm not really interested. I'm just keeping them for a means to an end, and eventually I will declutter them. Something else I'm going to declutter is this from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is the loose setting powder. So this is just a mini. I am opening it like this because I'm wondering if it will do its thing. No. So sometimes when I open this, the sifter just pops out with it. The packaging is shit. I've talked about not really loving loose powders recently. I love the Hourglass one, but what the Hourglass gives to you is very controlled, and it's also designed for my skin type. This is designed for younger people with a bit more oil, people who can withstand a bit more powder on their face, whereas I'm someone, I need a very minimal powder application, if any, you know, like I only do it if I feel like my base is just a little bit too dewy, and I have no interest in using this, so I am gonna declutter it. I did bring in another powder. This is not a favorite. I do not love it, but I think I'm a bit more likely to make some progress on it due to it not pissing me off too much, and that is this. It's the Maybelline Superstay powder. I've got the shade 10 Ivory. It is a pressed powder, which is my preferred mode of like storing, and I don't have to worry about dipping my brush into a loose powder and then having too much on there and having to like fandangle, you know, getting some of it off. I can just pick up a little bit of this, and if I need more, I can pick up a little bit more. So yeah, pressed powder is where it's at. Loose powders, I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up getting rid of them all except for the Hourglass one. Okay, let's talk about my face mists. So look, I'm going to say this. The user is the one that has been in my makeup routine. I'm surprised by the usage, not going to lie. It was there. It's now down here. I actually managed to use some. But the real winner, this is the Sakura one. This is in my skincare routine. And I've made some pretty decent progress there. So it was there. They were both about the same level. And this one is now down here. I'm really confident that these guys will be finished up by maybe not quite the end of the quarter. I might get through one by the end of the quarter, but for sure they will both be finished up by the end of the year, and I would have well moved on to other face mists. And I'm glad to be getting through my face mists because, I mean, it's just one of those areas of my stash that you know, it's old. It's all old, so I've got to get through it all eventually. There's something satisfying about trying to pan a palette, isn't there? When you start to see those pans like get a little bit flatter, they lose a dome, or they lose like a symbol that they've got embossed in them, like there's some satisfaction right there. But there is not satisfaction when you decide that you hate the majority of a palette. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit in Surreal Light. So we have like ambient lighting powder here. This is a finishing powder in Surreal Light. This I have used as a like finishing powder and as a highlighter. As a highlighter, it is, I can't even see it. It is nothing. It doesn't look good. So I'm not using it that way. As a finishing powder, why does it look so heavy? Why? Maybe it's more like the foundation combo that I was putting it over. Maybe like the Maybelline and the Chanel's, just a bit like, ugh. It might be better if I try it over the Lisa Eldridge in the future, which I'll do. I will keep experimenting with this one, but I don't love it. Then I have the bronzer. Now this bronzer is called Surreal Bronze Light. So I have worked a little bit, you won't be able to see it, but it's flattening up a little bit where I sort of put the most pressure on my brush when I'm picking up product. This is red on me. You can probably see there. It's pretty like, brings out a lot of red tones. The blushes, I've got Surreal Glow here, which is this lighter pink. This is the one that I wear. And it's okay. I'm wearing it today. I don't mind it. You know, I think if that was in a single, I would probably keep it and use it here and there. But I'm not in love with it. It's not something I would buy. Then we have this, which is called Surreal Effect. I hate it. Like, honest, just hatred. Like, it makes me feel bad feelings inside my heart. And then we have the highlighter, which is called Strobe Powder in Surreal Strobe Light. Yeah. This is depressing. Like, just... I don't even know. Like, it's nothing. It's honestly nothing. And I've said that about their highlighters for years. It's nothing. Maybe they're better. These are, like, this is an old palette. My first experience with the highlighters from Hourglass was when they first released them, and I bought them all. And I think I even did a video on it. Like, that thing would be an antique right now, somewhere up on my channel. They're so unflattering. Like, I can't think of anyone that these would actually look good on. They're quite powdery. So if you have beautiful smooth skin and, you know, maybe you also like get a little bit of Botox, so when you smile you don't really get any texture in this area. If you put that on as a highlight and you're like building it up to sort of increase the glow that it's got, it's gonna start to look heavy and powdery and dry, which is like not the point of a highlighter. And if you have older skin and you put that on, you're just gonna want to wash it off because it looks like shit. That's my opinion. And like I said, maybe they have changed. Maybe they have better ones. Maybe, you know, there's some in palettes that look nicer. I don't know. I'm just going to get through the quarter with this, and I'm just going to use the bronzer. I'm just going to use the blush. I will try out this powder with a few more base products, things I haven't tried it with. Lisa Eldridge, the Misha BB cream, the Tia Red cushion. I've got those, you know, in my life, so I'll try it with them. But I'm not determined to finish it, and I will absolutely happily just throw this the fuck away at the end of the quarter and just be grateful that I got a bit of use out of it. Like, that's enough for me. Sure, I could throw it away now and I'll be mad about the money that's wasted for, you know, a week or two before I forget about it. But also, I don't want to pull out more powders from my stash and move on. Like, these two are working for me. I know what I'm getting myself into when I put it on my face. So I'm just going to keep going with it and see what I can do. Okay, let's move on to eye products. So I have had the Christian Louboutin Lola matte eye base, or matte eye, nude matte eye color in the project, and I've been using it as a primer and I really like it. I have no complaints. It's just staying in my primer rotation. I am also walking, man, the words, it's hard to get them out. Shuamora, I am working on the calligraphic liner. I love it. It's beautiful. It still is as smooth as the day I started using it. I've been using it for quite a few months. I use it for most looks, even if I'm not doing a wing. If I'm wearing lashes, I will lay down some liner just to, you know, give something to hide the lash band. But I love that. Let's talk about my Marc Jacobs fine liners. So I have had a little bit of use on, I think it's going to be Fine Wine and Blacker Berry. So Fine Wine is a really beautiful wine shade, just stun. And then Blacker Berry is like a very darkened plum. So I can use that as like in place of a black. I have been, I don't know if I've used Grapevine. I don't recall. And also it's like it's been worn really far down. So my assumption is I haven't used it since I haven't wound it up. I have been really focusing on Blacker, which is the black, as I just tight line with it. That's kind of my, you know, my go-to, because I have a lot of fine line issues going on around my eyes at the moment. I try not to attract too much attention to them, so my eye looks like I want to keep them really, really minimal and a bit like boring and dull, so people aren't like hyper focusing in this area. It's more just like I have to make eye contact with the person because that's the appropriate thing to do, and it's not like, oh my god, your eyeshadow or your this or that. So I'm just trying to keep it simple. So yeah, I'm mostly just focusing on tight lining with the black and moving the fuck on with my life. When I am filming videos, like doing the Glaminatrix videos and stuff like that, I go a little bit further. I dig into some of those other colors, but that's definitely not my average day-to-day makeup. I don't know what's going on with me and mascara, but I have to admit that I feel like there is a bit of there's a pattern. There's a pattern going on. So I've got the Maybelline Falsies Surreal Mascara here. And just today I was putting it on and I'm like, why is this so incredibly clumpy? It was fine on this eye, but on this eye, oh my god. It needed to be like surgically removed and reassessed. It was not good. So I don't really know. I mean, it's probably my lashes, but I can tell you after today, I'm a bit like, what are you doing? Don't upset me. Just don't. I don't have time for this shit. Let's talk about Benefit. Precisely My Brow in the shade 2, which is just perfection. I love this product so much. I just love it. Lots of product in there. Here we go, there you can see. But, you know, that's fine. I'm ready to be in a long-term relationship with this brow product until it is done. It is a little bit on the drier side, so I actually expect it to take me a little bit longer to use up than a like super duper fresh one straight out of the box would. But I'm happy with it. It's not difficult to use. And I think the color works really well for me. Okay, let's talk about lips. So, we'll start with my lip liner. This is Tracy Smooth On Lip Pencil. Beautiful color. I am wearing it today. I actually wear this pretty much every time I do my, my lip look. And what I do is I just do a little line along here. I don't even take it into the corners. No point. And then I do the exact same thing up here on the Cupid's bow. And again, I don't bother bringing it into the corners. I just don't think I need to. Not for this particular look. Then I go in with this bad boy. This is from Hourglass. It's One Day. I'm going to wind it up to show you. That's what's left. you might be able to get a little bit of an idea of how much I have worked it down. It did have a little bit of use before I put it in the project, not a whole lot. I am using it, like, I think I've used this as a topper over this lip combo twice the whole month, but this is always what I do. And then I just take this guy and it goes all over the lips. The color combo of the Tracy with this, absolutely beautiful. I will swatch this too so you can kind of see the comparison. This looks almost warm toned and corally next to Tracy, because Tracy is quite dark and very cool. Oh, it's not quite dark, that's not true, it's mid-tone. But this, the lipstick, is really quite light. Like, it's actually a bit of a concealer lip. So when you like pair a cool tone lip liner with, I mean, it's technically a cool tone lipstick because it's got pinky tones in there. It looks a bit more neutral-ish though. And it like really makes the gray tones from Tracy pop, which I think gives the illusion of lips looking much plumper because it's creating that little shadow, you know, around the lips. So this combo has so incredibly quickly became a favorite. It's just like a match made in heaven. I will use these guys until one of them is done, and then I will mourn the loss of whoever is finished. I haven't really used the Nabla Shine Theory lip gloss. Like I said, I put a little dab of it over my, I'm not actually going to do that right now, over this combo, and it's fine. Like, I don't mind it. And Button from Colourpop, no, haven't used this either. I would say, are these colours similar? No, she's more pink and corally. Could maybe add a little bit on there to, oh yeah, that's not bad. But also I just love the Hourglass and Tracy combo so much. It's where my love lies. So will I actually finish this Hourglass lipstick in the next quarter? I don't know. I am going to say I'm not confident simply because I'm going to have a baby. But we'll just see what happens, all right? Let's move on to like skincare and body care. Bio Oil Dry Skin Gel. I don't love this, guys. I just hate the feeling that it leaves on my skin after using it. I didn't use it. Honestly, I've been prioritizing other things over trying to work on this. Also, this is so disappointing. Oh my god. Soul Body hair and body oil. So it was completely full when I introduced this, and it's now here. Why doesn't this smell like their shimmery ones? I thought this smelled like their shimmery ones. I could swear that I have had one of these in the past that didn't have shimmer or glitter in it, but still had that beautiful coconutty, like tropical scent. What the? I'm mad. I'm actually like legitimately mad. Let's talk about Pharmacy Green Clean. I'm not mad at this. I love this. Little bit of use in there, not too much. I have been using this. I was also working on the Bifacil, and I have been also using my the Senka Perfect Wash. So we're getting there. I have to admit that the skincare that I put into this quarter's project, I've kind of been neglecting. I don't know. I kind of like just forgot about it. We'll see how we go. Tatcha. This is the Luminous Dewy Skin Night Concentrate. I really don't have much in there. I've got a little bit of progress, but I haven't bothered marking it. There's literally only like maybe a week's worth of night moisturizers in there, if that. So I don't know why I haven't made better progress. Shantakai Bio Lifting Mask. Why am I not using this? Why? This is the best shit to put on fine lines and smile lines, and I think I used it once. I don't understand why I'm struggling with the skincare factor of this part of the project. I think like something that comes to mind is I am still trying to test out some K-beauty products, and I think my brain is sort of fighting over that. It's like, test the K-beauty, because then once that's done, you can just review them and you can pop them away for a couple of weeks while this gets finished up. And it sounds simple, but it's not feeling so simple. From Susay, these are the Beauty Clear powders. So I think there was 23, there's now 19. There you go. I used 4 of them. I am also trying to finish up an Elemis face wash that I'm like on the last little bit of. The Ren Brightening Moisturizer. Some people did warn me about this. They were like, Hailey, vitamin C. There's vitamin C in this. Yes, I do know. I've actually used a significant amount of this previously and not had a problem with it. And I've actually had this product in like previous years and not had an issue with it. So there's that. But did I really use it? No. I could technically mark it because I do have some usage, but it'd be 2 fat lines touching each other. So why would we bother? Oh, the sunscreen, man. I'm just moving on. Stop burning my eyes and I'll use you more frequently. The last of my eye masks are the Skin Iceland eye masks. So I have 3 of them. They'll be used up. I'm almost a little bit like, I don't want to use them because I feel like they're going to be really nice. And then once they're gone, they're gone. But whatever, we're moving on. I also have not used any of my Davines serum vials. Okay, let's talk about some last little bits. Rapid Lash. This is bottom of the barrel. She gonna be done in a few days. I am sure of it. Deeper Love by Sam McKnight. This is living in my shower. I've used about half the tub. It smells like it shouldn't be sold. It's okay. I don't love it. I wouldn't buy it. And then we've got some like skin bits. Have not used the Egyptian Magic. I have not used the niacinamide night mask. I should. I also have not used the Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense Tinted Base from Paula's Choice. I have used a water infusing electrolyte moisturizer. This is a nothing product for me. It's okay under makeup if I'm wearing other supportive like hydrating products, but on its own, don't love. Even with supportive hydrating skincare under it, don't love. And then there's the Pro Collagen Glow Boost Exfoliator from Elemis. I've used this a couple times. I hope to get her finished in a few days. Yeah, it's a very, very gentle scrub. Realistically, I could use it every day if I wanted to. I wouldn't be overstripping my skin at all. So that's where my project pan stands at the moment. I would say that there are some products in here that frustrate me. Some I don't really like. I cannot say that in the depths of winter, when I get out of the shower, that putting like oily stuff on my body and then having to put warm clothes that stick to my body, I can't say I love that. I don't love that. It's in fact one of the most hated parts of my routine. I much prefer oils in summer when I can just put on like, honestly, if I'm getting out of the shower, I'm just gonna stay naked for like an hour or so until it's sort of all absorbed. But you know, if I don't want to put on heavy clothing that's gonna like stick to me, I don't have to, and that's what I like. But yeah, I'm struggling with it now, but the belly kind of needs it, so I don't know, whatever. It's just comes with the territory, I suppose. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna go because I want to finish my I want to film my eyeshadow project. I'm excited about that. Feel free to leave your comments. Let me know. If you got anything to say, people are going to be like, get rid of the hourglass palette. Get rid of the foundations. Yeah, I can, but I also, like, I wouldn't be throwing a foundation into the project. And I don't want to go digging in my drawers for more, like, bronzer and blush and shit, because there's a good chance I'm not going to like it in the next month anyway. So just going to keep going how I'm going. I want to say a massive thank you to my channel members and to all of you for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.